Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm driving the T28E F30. That's the premium tank version of the T28. A little up armored, and it's also up gun. Got the 85mm. It's a nice gun, good pen, really nice alpha, but it does have a long aim time. So it, I guess to compensate for getting the 85mm at this tier. Now my clanmate Cutrite is in Valentine 2 to the left of me. We had been grinding out the tier 9 tanks again, but we needed a little break, so we were driving this. Now I'd asked him if he thought this was going to deploy like the normal meta, but he said no, because there's no heavies, just a bunch of lights, a couple of mediums, so he expected that we were going to see guys all over the place. And as it turns out, most of our team went to the 0 line, so I'm hoping they're going to push pretty good. Doesn't look like anybody's going to the 1 line. Now there's a couple enemy tanks spotted up there at the B7 area. Kind of thought we'd see them a little sooner, but I guess our guys drove over there a little quicker. But more and more of them are being spotted now. And there's an M5 on the plateau right there next to us, just above us. So we turn and take some shots. Cutrite hits him. Yep, and I missed. So he's headed back towards our camp. He's ignoring us, so he's headed towards our base. And I head back as well, because this guy can light up our backfield there for the enemy Artie. And they have 3 of them, so I want to take him out quick. And he turned into the medium and tank destroyer right there, so I thought they were going to take him out, but they didn't. So, I mean, they got some hits on him, but... So I started driving over, and I should say continue driving over. I fired, I missed, but he drives at me, so I fired again and take him out. Now, Cutrite had driven forward towards the enemy camp and spotted that Martyr 2. They're exchanging fire, and so I go up on the rise here and take a shot. I start to let the gun aim in, but he backs up, and I thought he was going to keep going, so I just went ahead and fired, but I got lucky and the shot hit him anyway, took him out. Now, our guys are still exchanging with the enemy tanks up there on the 9 line. So we're moving forward. Something just shot at Cutrite. I'm guessing it was Artie, because I'm not seeing any other tanks. And he was down in the depression here, so I'm assuming it's Artie. Anything that would have been able to shoot down here on a straight trajectory should have been spotted. Now, he's driving in the road to the enemy base, and I'm thinking I'm just going to get up on the rise here so I can get shots on whatever he spots. And right there he spots one of the enemy Arties, and so I go ahead and aim and take a shot, and that's a surprising spot for the Arties. For mid and high tier, that's a bad spot because they sit so high. Any Artie sitting there can be spotted from several other places on the map by enemy tanks, lights and medium scouting. But for low tiers, it's a surprisingly good spot because it's not a normal Artie spot, so they're not going to be subject to regular counter battery fire. Not that you see a lot in low tiers, but it does happen. So, in any event, we go in and shoot up these tanks that are in the flag area. We lose one of our scouts with us, and right there we just lost my clanmate. That Matilda came over the rail tracks and took him out. Not sure what he was doing on the other side of the railroad tracks, but while that Valentine 2 was pretty tough, that Matilda is also tough. It's got more armor and a gun that can pen the Valentine. Now, he and I are exchanging fire here. I sat still because, like I said, this gun has a big bloom and it has a long aim time. And with him keeping his tank armored and trying to drive to keeping his tank angled and trying to drive to the side, that's a really good tactic for him. Being angled, it makes it harder to pen, and also with him driving to the side at an angle like that, it was forcing me to turn my turret, which changes the bloom and forces the dispersion. Now I fired the T28 here and missed, but we ram each other. And here you can see we had almost the same health, but I had more armor, so I took him out and did almost no damage to myself. But anyway, this was something fun we